Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in Waffle County in our Rebuild or Redevelop series. And we've just reached a small city. All right, we've unlocked trains, which is perfect because that's the my whole intention for this episode is trains. I've done some stuff off camera that I want to show you. So one, if you'll notice here, I have changed this. We used to have an avenue that was pushing this direction. It was going to go this way. I've now changed that to expand the one-way road system we have in this little area. Just, make something different. I don't know. And if it ends up not working, we can change it all into an avenue. I'm not concerned, but I'm tempted to rework even this area and bring this one-way avenue down to here. We'll think about it. I have expanded this area a little bit. We did not have a warehouse for our unique factory products. So when this was producing the factory goods, if it ever did get full, then it was going to end up stopping production. So we built this so there can be overflow, and I increased the production rate here to 120%. Thank you so much to MetroMaster for giving me the suggestions on how to kind of set all this up. For now, we're going to leave these as balanced. This here is going to be set to 120, and then this will be empty so that we're kind of selling those goods every time we make them. But thank you for your suggestions and for helping kind of figure out how this little area works. Also, I've reworked this area a bit. We had a huge drop in demand for industrial. So I actually removed a few levels, or excuse me, a few blocks of industrial zoning that we had, and we replaced this with some just lower density residential for now. And I surrounded this area here with some greenery just to kind of hide it from the highway. So as you're driving down, it just looks like a really pretty, well, you got all the smokestacks, but it looks a little bit prettier, a little bit nicer to look at versus what you were seeing before. And then over here, I know we're going pretty quick, but I just want to get this done so we can start building trains, because that's really what's important. I did do two changes. One, we renamed this area from Tolbert to Washoe. I think that's how you pronounce it. So thank you, No, for that suggestion. That was a great suggestion, and I like that name much better. But we're going to leave this Tolbert Farms because I do also like the name Tolbert. So we're going to keep that. And then I did expand our flour production over here. So we've got now 2 flour mills. And if they ever get to a point where they're full, the overflow can go back here into this small warehouse. And then with the removal of some of that industrial zoning, that's helped with the workers that we have at each of these spaces. And then by building some more warehouses, we're kind of offsetting that change a little bit. So I think we're all okay there. Today I want to build train lines. We just unlocked them. We've been patiently waiting for them. That's what we're going to get into. Let's just get building. I think that'll inform a whole lot. So I did download a few different train stations. So we have the simple train station. This I really like because it's just small. I think the one problem I have with this like normal one, is that this is just so big. And I don't think that we always need such a large train station. So we have this tiny guy, which I think looks really nice. We also have this one, small suburban train station. This is even smaller. However, the one downside to this is that it seems like from the comments on the Steam Workshop, you can't have 2 trains stop at one time, going opposing directions with this, which that has me a little hesitant to use it, because if it's broken, then I don't want to place that down. Then we also have these guys here. These are wonderful, but again, these are pretty large. And I think for right now, with the city the size that we have it, these train stations are just too grand for what we're doing. So let's just get started, because I think the only way this is going to work is if we just get into it. I know that I want the train line to go behind these houses. I don't necessarily want to mess up a lot of ridgeside, and we've got the space for it here. So let's use one of these roads I downloaded is an avenue, 2-lane avenue with trees and parking. So I'm going to take this road, send it out 20. Look at that. That's a great, it's 2 tiles, but it's the same size as these normal roads, and it accomplishes so much more. That is a nice road there. So I know that this will go here. I know the train is going to go maybe set back a bit so that the line itself is good over this direction. So maybe we take it 6 more out. Did we connect there? No, I don't think we connect there. I think we connect straight on in. And the reason for that is we were originally going to have a park here. I think we keep that goal. And we do, in fact, find a way to fit a park in here. Let's grab these segments here. I want network multi-tool. We want slope. If we slope those like so, we can fit a train under here and make this particular space a... Let's go T to grab the same road. Upgrade to a raised segment. And then the train line can go, we might have to sink it a little bit, but we can send the train line underneath. And for everybody wondering why I don't ever do this, there we go. Slope and slope. So now look at the difference. Oh, it looks great. All right, I do want to actually raise these, I think. It's a little bit steep, but it's a car, so I'm not as concerned. I would rather have better access for the train than anything. So that works for me. Okay, so I think if we do that, I'm leaning towards using these train stations, the simple train station 3. I don't actually remember who made these, but I added everything to my list or my collection in Steam, even the ones I'm not using just yet, because I don't know, you might like one of the ones that I have on here, so feel free to use it. Okay, we have this here. This needs to be set much, much further back. This like needs to go here. Okay, so I think even with this little avenue that we've got, let's also clear out this. We know this here will be a park, which is wonderful, but let's go ahead and place down, I think we just go a whole gridded block. Maybe all of this is a park. Actually, we have P. Fulton Park over here, but there's not much park over here, and especially this area, Ridgeside itself, is really lacking in the parks department. So I think, I don't like Autumn Grounds, I don't like Summit Meadows, Magnolia, Fawn, Barlow, Ivy, High, Lilac, Garland, Heather Meadows. This is little Heather Meadows Park. We are going to move the firehouse to here, so that's out of the way. You guys are just fine. I'm not that worried. And now we need to figure out what we're doing with the train. So I think the train is going to move over and down this way and come back around to this area. So we're going to want to have a few extra roads over here. If I were to bring this out and we were to build in such a way we had a path through there, let's go ahead and get rid of this road because it doesn't actually go anywhere. So this is a good road for us to dead end with the train station right here at the end. Let's meet some of this demand for business while also maintaining pedestrian mobility. So let's just throw these right through here. Sorry if you're building, you're gonna have to move. Train station, I think we use the same one because I'm a huge fan of how this one looks. I think I like it here. We can raise up these roads, and if we have to lower down a little bit, we can do that. So let's start by just trying to connect these two up. I think that's a good place to begin. I'm gonna take this road, or this train line, and I want to come along the side here, but along the back. It's not perfectly straight, but like, no one ever said it actually had to be. It's nice if it is, but it doesn't have to be. And then I think this guy here, for now, let's send it straight on out, at least to this point, and let's check our heights. Absolutely perfect. Huge fan. All right, let's go ahead and turn on our contour lines because I do want to stay in the shallower part of this area. Yep. It's okay. I'm going to give you a tree buffer. You're not even going to notice this is here. This is going to do a level crossing. And then it's going to curve around like this. A big sweeping curve. With the power line separating the train line from the highway. Alright, I'm already feeling this far more than the last version of this I built, so I think we're onto something. Alright, this will come straight on down. We're going to send it straight down for now, and then where it's going to end up I don't really know yet. But I do need this to ignore the angle. There we go. Beautiful. So we do have some kind of funky train line. Again, there are some weird bends in this. Actually, I think I'm fine with completely ditching this back bit, as well as those two, and maybe reworking this section a little bit. Beautiful. Yes, that's much better. Okay. Okay. That's exactly what we want. So it's going along the back of Ridgeside, which makes so much sense. We'll fill that in with trees. This is going to come on down and connect over here to Washoe at some point. All right. Now for this side here, here's my issue. Is if we send this train, we want to get it over here somehow. I think actually we could think about like cutting. Oh, man, there's just so much development. I don't know where exactly we cut through at, because when I did my first test, I sent it underground here, and then it just so it goes underneath of this bridge, so this curved road, and then it came flat here along the water's front, went underneath of this road, came back out here, and went straight. And I guess that is the best way to do this. It's the least destructive way to do this. But I'm also realizing this doesn't have to be the same orientation as this. This could come on down and do a curve and go this direction, but I guess where does it go through this is what we need to figure out. Okay, I know what we're doing. I just took a quick pause and sat here for a minute and figured out what I wanted. I think this is going here. Oh, unrecognized, unrecognized. But we did have more students and one academic work. Okay, great. This train station is going here. Or somewhere over here. Are there any buses that use this route, this road? No. Great. We're gonna have a little destruction here for a minute. And that's just gonna have to be okay. Because what I think happens is we take this train line. Let's curve. Do a full-on curve here. We're going to connect right on in. It's a little funky. We got this weird straight bit in the middle. That's fine. This is then going to clear this all out. You can zone in a second. This is going to go straight for 7 units. And then it's going to go underground. This might be a controversial decision, but... Oh, wait, hold on. I don't actually want it stuck to the ground, though. All right, we're going to lower this down. I know, again, like I was saying, this might be controversial that I'm putting this underground, but I don't mind. I don't want to destroy everything that we've built, but I do want to kind of change some things up. All right, so if we go underground with this, let me connect up to here. This is the train station that serves the university. It's going to go straight on through and come over to this point right here. Bam. It's just going to shoot straight underneath. I know that's a lot, a little crazy, but I'm okay with it. What I need to figure out, what kind of buses, and we have no buses here. This is actually perfect. Okay, so we need to, I'm sorry if you live here. I appreciate that you trusted me enough to build a home here. You have to move out. Eminent domain and all that. Let's see if we were just to bring up the train line. Let's just bring it straight up and let's see kind of where it would go. Like, it technically can do all of that. But if I brought it to, like, here... or do we... See, what I'm thinking is, we're going to have it... Maybe it stays sunken. Maybe it stays sunken, and we have it sunken, like, 20. Right? So it comes out from over here. Maybe we make this a... Maybe we actually just need to move this point. Hold on. If I grab this... Yeah, it's because of where the other point is here. But if we pull this through to there, and it comes out from here, I think we move this to a different road. So for now, it's going to go here. This whole neighborhood's being destroyed, and I'm okay with that. I also think we get rid of this road for now. We could potentially put it back. You know what? No. Delete all this. If you live here, you got to go for now. We are going to come back, but this is what happens. We redevelop areas over time. Maybe not in this insane of a fashion, but have we messed up a bus route yet? Nope, we're still good. Okay, so then if we have this here, then what if we were to place this tiny little guy right here in line with this? We could bring a road down from here to come and touch this road here. I love this. I'm a huge fan. Now for here, we're going to keep it underground and move it, or not keep it underground, but we'll keep it sunken to the ground. I just want to go underneath of these, and I want to curve and come up, I think over here with the train station near the high school, I think is what would look good. So let's send this straight. Now that has moved up. So this needs to be the same height as this guy here. Really, this also needs to be the same height as this guy here, so that this whole thing is flat. So let's also move these two down to this height. It makes them a little bit steeper, but because they're curved, I'm not too concerned. And then we will take this straight on underneath, but I don't want, yeah, we want to keep it to the ground. I don't know why this disappears when I move into actual building. Oh, there we go. Now it's back. So we'll send it straight underneath. We'll turn both of those into bridges. And then I think here we use this block to curve it back up. And it can return to a ground level road. So let's go here, 14... do 14 by 14 and send it back up to ground level. We're gonna have to work on the grade of that, but that's okay. Then from here, we'll just go straight level crossings, and it's gonna cross over all these roads, but I think everything back here is going to be pretty low density. So it's okay that it's crossing through all this. It'll come to here, and I think we need to place this guy right along here and interact with all of this. Now we're not going to go and make a full circle because we could reconnect to this side here. We might later on, but until we get the interchange built right here, I don't know where this train line is going to fit in with all that. So let's do this. Let's grab, I'm liking the idea of these 2-lane with trees, just so you can get past the train if you aren't interested in being on the train itself. Okay, so this will go here. Can we place this? Did I put this in the right spot? Oh, it's a little bit, it needs to come back like 2 squares. So if I delete where this is and say we place it here instead, get rid of that. And let's place this right here in the middle. Yeah, this is much, much better than what I had before. Okay. Let's smooth out this slope because this is a little chaotic. That's not bad. And then let's grab these guys and upgrade them into bridges. Then it'll come right through and come on underneath. Now, does that actually fit? Almost. I think if we raise these two just a little bit, there we go. Now it's fitting. Okay. So then we have the train coming through here. Let's level all this a little bit more than it is. And actually, let's get rid of these for now. I don't think we need them here. I would rather this be level and looking nice than have all of that extra. And actually, we're going to change these two to a bridge. Can we do that with the bus stop on there? I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. Let's just move this up a block. There we go. Because now all this can be leveled out. The train can be less intrusive. And then I think we need to just kind of refill this with a few more houses because we took everything away. So let's use this. It's going to be a bit more gridded, I think, just because there's less room to work with than before. That's not terrible. It's a good way to rework this. And then I think we can fill in the backside of this with trees to protect the people living there from the sunken train line. And I think we fill in this side here with trees as well for now. It's a little bit more trees than I'd hoped for, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. So now let's give this an actual line. So we'll go from here to here. See, look, everybody's pumped. Everybody's pumped. We'll come all the way over to here. Not as many people pumped. That's a pretty long stretch without a train. No, I realized we haven't built Tolbert Station. Or not Tolbert. We haven't built Washoe Station yet. All right, so the train line's coming in this way. I think we can curve it. And we have it connect to this road. So I think we expand this straight on down, just like this. It's a little bit away from the city. That's okay. And I want to use the even smaller train line that we have, which can just go right here. We'll get rid of these houses that are zoned here, and we'll remove the zoning from this little spot. And it's going to have, you know, a kind of a tough turn to make, but I think I'm okay with that. We can always change this section later. I'm not that pressed about it. Although that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like, it's going to have to slow down to get into here anyway. So, like, who really cares? And it's a very tiny little train. Like, it's just there to stop for a tiny small town with not a ton of people. So it's not going to need a lot of infrastructure. We'll bring this all the way out to here. And we'll add 2 stops to this. Beautiful. This is going to need water. Now we're going to need to readjust some of our stuff here. Like, this has now kind of changed some of the shapes of these neighborhoods, but I think that's a good thing. All right, before we ride the train, I do want to take all of these points here, and I want to set them all to this height. And then if we go from here to here, let's go ahead and slope these. We're going to have to do this the right way. We're going to use this guy here. We're going to go from here, go here to here, slope that. Let's just raise this. I think raising that looks much nicer. Okay, so we have this here. This side, ooh, this is rough. Unless we actually raise this bit a little bit too, and like this area just gets a little bit raised. Give some change to the typography a bit. This way, we now have, you know what, I like that. I like that. Let's actually grab this height, give this height kind of to this little area here, and we'll give a little bit back here. It removes the valley that was here, but I'm okay with that. because we'll smooth it all out so it looks like it all fits. And this is kind of a natural protector from our potential next tsunami. Speaking of which, I've left this on pause. Gotta stop doing that. All right, so this here, we'll smooth it all out, make this a little mountain. Just gives us something interesting, and now it levels out the road so the highway can stay above the train. We can bridge over and it's not a big deal, and it'll land back on land and then it can come back down again. That's perfect. Let's ride this train. Let's follow it. So right now it's got one passenger. Totally fine. Oh, actually, before we do this...
Warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
Well, we're about to have an earthquake. Can we do the commuter train instead? I realize that that might make it disappear. Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. Follow this train. Do we know where the earthquake will be? By chance? Can I sense where the earthquake will be? I wasn't ready for an earthquake. We were so close to getting through a whole episode without any disasters. There, you've got what you need. Do you have power? You have power. Okay. All right, before... We have an earthquake sensor, right? Right, but I can't sense it. So I'm going to bet it's not near us because there's no way for me to see the earthquake yet. Okay. Oh, here's our earthquake.
And an earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
I'm not panicked. I'm not panicked. We're fine. This is going back here so it can respawn into a new train. Okay. The earthquake's happening. We're going to wait until this train comes all the way over here and we'll start riding it here in Washoe and then we'll take it through the area. So here it comes. It's a little tiny guy. It can hold 400 people, excuse me. So we've got 15 people getting on our train line. Going along the highway. Let's see what kind of speed it can get here. I think it's flat. It might be going a little bit uphill, but either way, I think it's fine. We'll go 2 times speed. Looping here around the back of all these houses in Ridgeport, which looks wonderful. Or Ridgeside. And then we get here. This area is already looking great. 58 passengers. That's perfect. So once we make that into a park, that's going to look really nice. And that's going to be a nice cap to that area too. Come around here. This is our university stop. 43. A decent number got off. That's pretty nice. I like that you can really see these trains at these smaller stations. All right, so we go underground. It's a little strange, I know, but I didn't want to destroy everything we'd built. We stop here. 14. So we let out 30 people. These are only going to get better with time. Why are you building a house there? We loop along here. All those people have to stop. Boom, 13 people. And then we go and do it again. That's fantastic. Now, I have an orange color set. If I change the line details here so it's not orange, say we do... Yes, it does change that. Oh, I like that. Let's do this fun green color. Oh, except for I didn't actually save it. What I've gone ahead and done is just map out the next 3 districts we're going to have in this area. So I'm absolutely open to changing the names of these, but what I want to do is I want to finish out this kind of basin where the land has sunken down. And then I think after we finish these 3 new districts, we can then begin to think about what our downtown is going to look like. Glad we didn't start the downtown yet because there was a small little earthquake here. Don't see much happening with the water. You can see kind of a little bit of a glisten of a small wave. It's not even a tsunami. But I think these 3 districts will then finish out this whole area so it doesn't look like such a square. And then we can think about moving further down onto the map and doing mapping out what the downtown looks like. But that way, if we look at that district map one more time, that will allow the train line to be kind of in the middle and look more intentional. Now, one thing we'll need to do in the next part is connect this external line to this somehow. Exactly how we're going to do that, I don't know. I think we might actually take this straight and curve down and totally move this line so that it connects this way, but I'm not, we'll think about that for the next part. But I think that's, we're going to leave this here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part. I hope you like our new train line. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve it, let me know. Is there anybody on this one right here? 61 passengers. You love to see it. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.